Aloha kako guys, and welcome back to Just and True. I'm gonna do a very quick and brief video, which is my style, about what's going on with Israel and Syria and Iran and Russia and Turkey and Kurds, basically in that whole regional area. Well, as you guys probably already know, Israel did attack large Iran targets within Syria, which again was, if you go back into some of my videos, what I was stating was the reason for a large portion of the reason for why we pulled out or limited operations and did a rearrangement of troops in Syria from the broader aspect of having them deployed on a wide range in a large area. They kind of condensed them down to the Iranian border. And what I was explaining earlier, I think a few weeks back, was it was to allow Israel to have a larger freedom of operation with their strategic strikes, airstrikes, to deploy larger missile defense systems, and to have a larger area of operation against Iran and Syria. And it looks like it's already started. Of course, a few weeks back, we saw that Syria and Iran were launching missiles into the Iron Dome, which is, of course, Israel's missile defense system. And today it looks as if, or a few days ago actually, it looks as if Israel tried to fire one of their Hellblazer missiles into the Iron Dome. Of course, the Iron Dome, being as efficient as it is, stopped it, and Israel, Netanyahu, has been on a very proactive, aggressive strike campaign. What they got is they have artillery and airstrikes, and the IAF, the Israeli Air Force, is a very, very strong, of course, United States-backed, armed, and funded military, and they got some really efficient and effective toys and weapons. Their strikes are strategic. They are very efficient, and they're capable of massive amounts of destruction. They had 3 targets in the last 72 hours that were gone down with such swiftness and so quickly, and usually the reason this is different and more important than other previous attacks is because Israel doesn't usually come out publicly and say that we did it for Iranian targets that were in the border. Usually they stay out of the Syrian proxy war to not try and escalate to any international offensive or conflicts. So they did come out and they said that we did attack Iran's targets within Syria. Syria's upset about it. Iran's obviously upset about it, and Iran came out and said that they are now pushing for a total annihilation of Israel, which I know they've been saying forever, but it's getting to the point where they're now shooting a large amount of rockets at each other. Israel's coming out, and like I said weeks ago, they're going to have more and more freedom of operation in that area. They're going to have more strategic widespread strikes. They're going to have fire-scorched earth. Israel does not care about civilian casualties, and they do not have to adhere to anybody. Most countries will bend over backwards to help support Israel, except for the ones that are trying to blow them up. Turkey's moving down. They've armed their border. They're moving into Syria. Iran's moving into Syria. Russia's having larger operations in Syria. They're all coming against Israel, and effectively so. It'll be very interesting to see how it goes from here. But they did attack, and Israel has been doing counterattacks since. So down south we have Venezuela going off. We have these counterattacks with Israel, which is huge in the Middle East, and then of course we have the Strait, which leads to the Black Sea in Russia. There's been 2 explosions that happened on ships, which are reportedly being because of oil transfer from one ship to the other. But who knows? It adds to tensions in the area, and there's been large amounts of Ukrainian vessels in and out of the water since Russia's still holding these prisoners. So we'll see what happens then. Anyway, I wanted to report on this Israeli conflict and what's going on over there. Keep your head on a swivel and stay tuned to these events because they could mean a huge amount of repercussions in the future. Mahalo nui loa, and until next time, e hui ho.